moving from DC into reality.
Go watch Batwoman superhero trailer and then send your reactions to Everyday Black Men at
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Your reactions.
No, Instagram and Twitter. Hit us up there.
Yeah, hit us up on Instagram,
Yeah,
Everyday
we'll
Black
respond.
Men, Twitter at EVYD Black Men.
Yeah. We need to start getting some interactions here, ladies and gentlemen.
We want
Tell me what
all
you
the
think of the
interaction.
Batwoman trailer.
Tell us what you think of the Batwoman
And
trailer.
then we're about to
Do you
have a
like it?
discussion.
Do you like everything but Ruby Rose? Let's see. Go ahead.
In Georgia, when we were on the plane, some of us, headed to Vegas, they decided to sign this heartbeat bill.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a finicky topic because we don't have any women in here.
which doesn't go into play until January.
Yeah, it doesn't start till the calendar. It's going to be challenged. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, Missouri's already being challenged, ironically, by the Temple of Satan.
I saw that.
The Temple of Satan, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Temple of Satan is basically a whole bunch of people who don't actually have a real religion, but are basically using the fact that if you get religious exemption, literally your life becomes 10,000 times better.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could buy everything that you want, but you never had to pay taxes for it, Armstead.
Pretty much.
And on top of that, imagine if we couldn't tax you for certain things because we can't tax you.
Everyday Black Man for Christ, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyday Black Men for Christ. People are like, you guys aren't. No, we believe in Black Christ. Only Black Christ and just Black Christ.
We tried it.
Continue
But yeah,
on.
they did the heartbeat bill while we were literally enjoying ourselves in Vegas. Everybody is tripping. Feminists on my line and regular people on my line. Women are going crazy, talking about their rights and all this kind of
It's
stuff.
my body.
Rights, their body, their choice.
Men should not have the right to tell us what to do with our bodies.
Well, they do.
I agree.
I mean, I
totally
agree
agree.
that men shouldn't have the right to tell you, but
Why do you agree with that? Because there was a healthcare debate back in 2017. Men were in there talking about, why am I paying for a woman's healthcare?
well, sir,
Was it?
I believe.
And the answer they gave them is because men get women pregnant.
That's also true.
And I went, well, now let's move forward. Women said this because men get women pregnant. Then those men who went and made this decision, they should have a decision or a choice in it because they get you pregnant, right?
That's also true. They do get you pregnant.
That's right.
And if you chose to keep it, this conversation needs to be held, and it needs to be a long ass conversation. And I know why they're doing it. Let me tell you, feminists and you whatever. This has nothing to do with your black ass if you black. All right? All right? I'm gonna tell you, Planned Parenthood was created to destroy your black ass and euthanize us. But is it working?
One interpretation of Margaret Sanger. I mean, the other interpretation is that she actually co-opted saying that we'll get rid of minorities to make white men actually approve of it. Because remember, minorities didn't exactly run the country at that
She
time.
also didn't think you should be able to have children without a quote unquote birthing license or whatever.
Yeah, she did one birthing license. That's something
So
that
this
she wanted
is-
to cross the board.
Yeah, this is a whole larger conversation, but I think this is really about white people.
Well, so that's, I think the problem is that black people are getting caught up, and everyone, let me phrase that, everyone's getting caught up in the middle of white men essentially trying to strike back against the fact that a lot of white women just don't want to have kids. I'm just being straightforward. The ones I know who wanted to have kids either can't have kids, for whatever reason can't have children. All the white women I know who didn't want to have kids are the ones who just keep popping them out. And then they keep going to places to try to get their
Places?
tubes tied, and it just doesn't seem to be working.
That sucks.
I mean, it sucks on several ends because there's been a guy who got a vasectomy and his wife got her tubes tied, still got a kid. Because sometimes life finds a way.
And why are they comparing sperm to a like that? They have some terrible arguments out there.
Well, you don't like the argument.
No,
Is it
that's terrible. That's terrible.
All right.
A fertilized egg versus two separate entities? That doesn't make any sense.
How would you phrase the argument for them?
For them, I mean, I told you, I'm pro-choice. Let's get this right. If you want to kill the baby, kill the fucking baby. I don't really give a fuck. But if you want to keep it, you can't kill it or keep it and say it's a baby. That's why I'm just saying kill it. It's a baby. I don't give a fuck. I don't want the shit.
Okay.
That's my choice.
So what you're saying
And
is
it's
you
not
want to
very
call
PC.
it. You want to call it a baby
Oh, make
in no uncertain terms. You
Oh,
want to
it's
call
a
it
baby. Let's go with it. 'Cause
Okay, but regardless of whether you want to make someone mad, I think the part of the conversation that really kind of ticks a lot of people off is the fact that we don't exactly have the best health care for expected mothers. We don't exactly have policies that support someone having children. And we damn sure don't do child support starting
Hey,
at conception.
I'm going to start this right here.
Go ahead.
Hey, you white women who elected Trump?
I mean, you're
And
not
these
wrong.
and these white Republicans. Are y'all mad now, ain't y'all?
A lot of people are mad. People who voted for Trump, people who didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah, but they're closet vote Trump supporters.
Oh no. There's a lot of
Y'all
closet
really
Trump
think this thing is
supporters.
gonna go through like that? Y'all think they're
Oh,
gonna
nah.
really gonna challenge?
No, I think they're gonna challenge it. I think
Like
Alabama's
6 weeks?
done.
That
I
is
think
crazy.
Alabama's done. I think Alabama, no matter what goes on, I think that state is done.
Short, bro.
Not even 6, like anything less than I think
Yeah,
12
that's
is too short.
I think 12 is good. Like them late term abortions. I know you.
Well, no,
gonna
I'm
hate
not
me.
saying 20 weeks. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like 12.
I don't like those. And they're like, well, you don't have a choice. I got you pregnant, bitch. You let a dick go in you. I gotta have something. You 20 weeks pregnant, you get mad at me and say you want to have an abortion, and you saying it's your body, your choice. Then I should be like, I don't want to take care of that motherfucker. Or like it just, even though I wouldn't say that, but that's just fucked up.
Well,
like,
I think
where-
both
I-
things
yeah.
should stand a point. I feel like women should get the ability to choose whatever. But I think if you tell
Not
somebody,
whatever.
if you tell someone, no, let women have the ability to choose whatever. But I think if the father puts forth the thing that says that he wants to have the child, then at that point, I think we need to either have some sort of pass or something where it's like, next time somebody's like, nah, he's a father. Be like, nope, remember I wanted to be a father here. Y'all wouldn't let me be a father. And now y'all saying y'all want me to
you're
be a father.
forcing us to have your children.
Exactly. That's why I said, that's exactly why I phrased it as, this man wanted to have this child. He said that he was willing to have it. You said no. So he gets a pass. So that the next time somebody's like, you need to be a father, he just throws in his pass and is like, nah, I'm out.
Government. That's
You know what's
on
something that kills me? You don't remember like back in the days, the women used to always say, "Oh, I want to have his babies," but now
Oh,
it's
they
like
still say that
he's
shit.
mine.
No.
Those
They
my
say that
kids.
above a certain pay grade.
Yeah, when you get rich, you don't ain't no abortions.
There's no abortions for rich niggas. That's the thing that they're not making a point of, is that rich people will still be able to get abortions if they want them.
Yeah.
But women who fuck with rich niggas not getting abortions. They weren't getting abortions before.
And there's another thing you want to consider.
Look at Drake. Drake is the primary example. That baby may or may not even be his. But what's the first thing that lady said? It's yours.
God's plan.
God's plan.
God's plan.
There's another thing I want to point out that I want you guys to think objectively. Whether you think it's woman's body or I don't care about any of that, and make a choice. I don't really care. I think the choice should be there. Except for late term abortions, I'm just not fucking with it. He hated love.
How late?
We said over 12 weeks. He doesn't like over 12.
I think over 12. That's 3 months, right?
Yeah, it's 3 months.
8, 12.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you should
3
know
months.
by then, right?
Yeah.
I think about 3 months you should know.
3 months. Let's say at latest
I mean, but that's
14.
I feel like if you're gonna
It's too lush for me too, because you showing it 3 months.
I mean,
Some people show it 2 months.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it gets whatever. That's neither here nor there.
It's just one of those things where it's like
It's too many men in the building for us to make a point.
Yeah.
But the points I want to
there's
make,
too many men for us to say beyond 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much testosterone.
unless that baby's killing you, then you gotta go.
Well, I think if the baby's killing you at any point in time.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't know about any point in time.
I mean, if you can make it to
7 months,
24 weeks, I mean, you can
Take
get
'em
things out. But at the same time, 24 weeks, I mean, have you seen what happens to most babies at 24 weeks? They don't get a podcast about them. Shout out to Radio Lab, because they had a whole thing called 23 Weeks and Counting. And it was basically about this baby who literally fought everything.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang
Yeah,
Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out to our boys.
Y'all went PC,
52 and Smoke.
bitches.
They went very different from it. I was glad that they had a woman in the room on that conversation. Not the way I would have had it, but at the same time, I mean,
Yeah, just because a woman in the room doesn't mean we don't get to discuss things, ladies. Okay.
Ladies.
All right. Okay. Let me throw another thing at you. All right. As far as the government goes. All right. How much does it cost to raise a child?
some people would say as much as $1 million. Some people would say as little as 250,000.
250,000. All right. How much does it cost to get an abortion?
$300.
What's the benefit for the government on that $300? Let's say at most $500.
I mean, but government gets little benefit, if any at all.
All right. What's the benefit on that $300,000?
Well, now we're going to be able to charge you taxes for the rest of your life, bitch.
Bam. Y'all got to think about it like that too. All right. As far as your choice, no choice. I mean, there has to be a point. What if like
you made a great point,
That
but
was-
you
yeah.
didn't say the point.
what?
The United States is not making enough kids to sustain our current population.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
can you continue on to the point that you're
that
making?
makes a lot of sense.
The point is that you may think that it's about you, but it's not always about you. We need, especially white people, they're going to be outnumbered by 2030. Is it or 2040?
2040 is when they.
I
get
think
them
it's
numbers.
earlier than that, ladies and gentlemen.
It
'cause
might be.
The Mexicans are coming, right? And black people, if we ain't got no
Hispanics
abortion,
have been having kids, and they
I
don't
said
give a
Hispanics.
fuck
I'm
about
sorry.
anything.
I'm sorry. That was kind of.
I mean, you could be Latinx if you want to be super PC.
They are Mexican.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, the ones who have.
I mean, that's me bullshit. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans and there's some Cubans and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but there's a good portion of Mexicans.
Good portion of them
Good
motherfuckers.
portion of
Mexicans,
Mexicans.
right? Okay. So don't take it no type of way, all right? Hispanic, like, what
No
if I
disrespect.
said? What
No
if I
disrespect.
said?
I mean, that's why I said you could call them Latinx. I mean, that's the new word that people want to use. It
Really?
basically just means that you're from Latin something, Latin X-Men,
Degenerationist.
women. Exactly. It's literally anyone who has a. So actually, some black people need to be starting to claim Latinx
Yeah,
because
we need to get some babies,
We need
man.
to get it. We need to get
'Cause
in.
we need to
We need
start
to get in
going-
that majority pool while we get a chance.
Yeah, we'll be minorities still because, we abort babies. So I think that's a discussion we need to have with a woman in here. Like, you ever realize, like, people who get pregnant when they aren't married, what's the first question they ask?
Do you want to keep it?
Hey.
We got to get rid of that question.
We as black people. Well, no, we don't necessarily need to get rid of that question. We need to
It
get
shouldn't
to
be
a
the
point.
first
We need to
question.
get to the point where you're not having to have that question. Like where you just sit with someone, you just like, so what you looking about for child support? Because we ain't gonna work. Like that's what needs to be the question. The question needs to become, so what you think you need for child
Support or your ass moving in.
Exactly, or that, or like, hey, I got a house. You can have a room. You can keep other niggas because I'ma still have, some ladies. And move the conversation going forward.
He said
That-
bitches.
Still have some ladies. But we need to have that kind of conversation.
Yeah,
'Cause
those-
the
the
conversation we always
conversation-
have is, are we keeping it? We need to move the conversation
Because
forward.
even my homies, when they get a girl pregnant, y'all keeping it.
but
Is
you're right,
it's either y'all keeping it or hey, what you want to do?
but that's the problem. Is
Same thing.
but that's the same thing, just a different way of saying. But you're right, Ari.
We're laughing during an
we need
abortion
to
discussion.
as black people be like, so what's your child support? What you looking like for child support? Are you moving in? Like we need to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Instead of it always being, are we keeping it? Because when you phrase it from a, are we keeping it standpoint, then 60% of the time it's going to be, nah. So what you need to go down to the clinic? Like, that's the kind of thing. Whereas if you phrase it as a, so what you want for child support, now we thinking of, all right, cool. How are we going to, like, what you think of the
Next time I
names?
get a chick pregnant, I'm going to be like, yo, so how you want me to be there? Because I'm there.
Exactly. Or so I was thinking the name Alexandria for a girl or,
I was thinking Keanu
Keanu for a
Nubis.
boy. Keanu Nubis.
Keanu
I was
Nubis
thinking
Park.
John Wick, if you really want to be
Keanu
about this
Wick.
life. Keanu Wick.
That's stupid.
But we're pushing the conversation forward
Yeah.
in the way that we can.
I'm
Now, we need to have some ladies who can maybe chime in because I understand there are certain times where people aren't ready for things. But as
They
one
always
lady told,
say that,
no,
but I
but
see niggas with 8 kids doing it. You can do this, baby.
Yeah, it can be done.
Oh,
You
it can
can
be
do
done.
it.
I know
It
a
can be
nigga
done.
that I know a nigga that stay in a hotel next to a Burger King.
They
that got
doing
like
it.
8 kids.
They
He's
doing it.
I mean, but the problem is at this point in time, he don't stay at a hotel. He is the
Nah,
hotel.
they don't have a hotel no more.
Yeah.
They did it with Taco Bell jobs.
With
Y'all
Taco
niggas
Bell
ain't got
jobs.
Taco Bell jobs.
These niggas had Taco
The
Bell
truth of
actually
the
plays
matter
all right.
is, it depends on how much money you make, because you could game the system, and they need to change the system, bro. I want another thing is, I ain't know this because I never tried to do it. Anybody ever tried to do a public defender?
I haven't had to in a long time.
You know how much money you not got to make to get a public defender?
Yeah,
Government does not want to help you at all. 100%.
It's like, oh, you want a public defender?
it was like
Is it a murder charge?
in Georgia? It
Nah,
was like
you're not
12
getting it.
You gotta make $12,000 or some bullshit like that, or some fuck.
Yeah, unless you're on a murder trial, they're like, nah, we're not giving you a lawyer.
That's fucked up, man.
It's not fucked up. It's, again, going back to what you said earlier. Most of this is because of this way the state wants things to be set up.
The government doesn't want to support these women having children.
Government doesn't want to support women having children.
If she doesn't have any children, she's making $50,000. Then that baby, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as that baby's child care for the first 5 years, because that's the most expensive time.
Yeah, it is. It is
We
the
talking
most
about
expensive.
first 6 weeks. We talking about $500 a week if you gotta get child care.
And that's if you at like a regular place. One of my homies was paying like 13 something.
Yeah, that nigga got it. Other
Yeah.
niggas, like even if you're doing home daycare, that's like $300 because it's a baby.
Yeah.
Right, that we need to. If y'all gonna do shit like that, then you gotta support them better. Cause if y'all gonna do it, then I want to y'all start the system early and make it more expensive. Cause most women they're making about 30,000-40,000 here, right, in Georgia.
Yeah, because they not making that much.
Yeah. Then you honestly, if you talking about 30,000-40,000 plus rent, shit,
Yeah,
Like,
that
you
is
already
pretty
for
much
it.
your whole check.
'Cause
Like
I
you
think
literally
it's
got to
like
be
at
tricking on the
22,000.
side to make it back.
Even if it's 2 people, y'all talking about a household knowing the nigga gonna make less.
That's the other part we don't talk
We
about.
gotta talk about that though. That's a future discussion. How corporate America entrenched women, black women, but left the black man.
No, they didn't leave the black man. They didn't never want a black man.
Yeah,
That's a very different thing. Like sometimes when people see me show up, they're like, "How did you break through the?
And
We
black
had a
women-
whole gate through there."
There are niggas in there, but I always feel like women always like, you ain't doing shit. You a nigga, you lazy. I'm like, that nigga can't get in the same doors you get in.
Well, even if that nigga has
probably.
nah,
Even
nah.
without felonies.
Nah,
bro.
we're not talking about felonies. Because if you got
Yeah,
felonies,
it is what it
if you got felonies, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Unless you go to like one of the 3 companies that doesn't give a shit, Home Depot. Yeah, you got to go to like one of the 3 companies, and even then, like you're gonna have to start out real low, and then you're gonna be able to get up a little higher.
Move to Vegas.
Even if you move to Vegas, man, that child support is still gonna come knocking,
Yeah, but
cross
like,
some doors.
You were
cross some
making a
lines.
list, but women, it's not to be offensive or not offensive, because I'm really trying to be sensitive to your feelings. But if it was your body, then why'd you let him in it without a rubber? And let
Well,
him
no,
bust in
sometimes
you?
they do have rubbers. Let's not paint everyone with a broad brush.
Without a rubber, goddamn spermicide. There are many ways not to get
Well,
pregnant.
I don't think you need to go that far. I think you just need to be like, you should be on birth control, and
how
he
you
should be
miss to
wearing
take
a
the
rubber.
pill? How you forget to take
a lot
the
of
pill?
women say birth
A lot of
control
people,
fucks them up.
a lot of people forget to take pills. That's why a lot of women use like the
Come on,
Nuva
man.
rings or the Morenas or the what's the other
I
one?
dated a chick who had a Nuva ring. She didn't get pregnant again.
Same here.
Well, no, the Nuva ring is great, but the problem with the Nuva ring is that means
it
that
fucks
this
the
chick is
periods
basically. Well, it's not even about fucking the period up because a lot of them have fucked up periods. Well, not a lot of them. A lot of women have periods that are messed up without birth control. Some of them are messed up with birth control. It's just women biology is just completely different. But the thing that's weird is that like with the new ring, like she got to keep this whole ass ring inside her body. Is in there all the time. Like
I'm a woman. You
This
can't
is a
tell
lot.
me what to do with my body. You don't know nothing about my body. I'm a doctor.
well, I mean, if you're a doctor, then I think that you can tell somebody about at least bodies. But 10 times out of 10, niggas is not doctors. Let's just be honest. 10 times out of 10.
I know a lot of niggas is doctors.
How name them?
Jeff,
Tommy.
Michael,
Bullshit.
Zach.
House.
House don't count. That's how I knew you were bullshitting. That's how I knew you were bullshitting. But regardless, there's a lot of steps. And also,
Dr. Cuddy.
There you go.
Dr. Cuddy. Dr. Cuddy is a real doctor. I give you that. But the bigger thing
Plastic
is
surgeon
that
in Miami.
just stop. People need to really be mindful about who they're having sex with. Like I get on men all the time about being mindful with your seed because you don't want to be putting in none of these ratchets out here. But at the
They
same
still
time,
do it.
I know they still do it. But it's like I don't want to hear you complain. That chick trying to da-da-da-da.
She trying to have my baby.
It's like you fucked with a ratchet though, right? Yeah, but I mean, dog, crazy padussy comes with crazy consequences. Crazy
pussy?
crazy padussy comes with crazy consequences.
Are you being PG?
Nah, I mean I could say pussy, but I just found the
Dang.
padussy would be funnier.
That with youth, I understand, but if we're like our age,
Not even with you. I give niggas to about 23.
that's you still. I'm saying,
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I
definitely
give you to
still
about
you.
23. But again,
part
part of what your parents told you probably when you were 16 was that some mistakes will follow you for the rest of your life.
Then I thought about how we raise men and how we raise women, and it can't be the same, but it needs to be changed.
Well, no, it needs to be closer to the same.
No, it doesn't.
It needs to be closer to the same.
Nah.
Because what I'm saying is closer to
If
the
your,
same.
if
Right
your-
now, it's
if your
field
son lost
goals
his
apart.
virginity, what would you say to him?
That's my son, boy.
If your
Good
daughter
thing.
lost her virginity,
You little slut.
I wouldn't
You
say
really-
slides
No, I'm
like,
just playing. I
man,
wouldn't say that. I'm being funny.
I'd be disappointed. I wouldn't be the same though.
Yeah, it would
Yeah, that's what
definitely
I'm
wouldn't be the
saying.
same.
I mean, I'm gonna be the same in either case. Because I mean, with the way they throwing black boys in jail, it's like you had sex with who? What does she look like? What her parents do? Is this chick alive?
okay.
Like I'm gonna go through.
But to be completely honest with you, if my son would come to me and say, "Hey, I've done it for the first time or whatever," I would definitely ask some questions. More like, okay,
Yeah, but you more.
how old was she?
We proud
You
of
know?
our sons and disappointed in our
Yeah,
daughters.
yeah. Now
well,
that one
I
thing
think
can't
we
say.
need to change.
That doesn't
part.
need to change because women should care. If women held themselves in higher regard, I'm sorry, you got to do it. You get pregnant. I hate it. If you hold yourself in higher regard, the man has to change because
Yeah.
unfortunately, men are as weak as the women that surrounds them, and it shouldn't be. It should be the other way around. I want.
See, I want
black men. Let's go with black men. Black men are
Okay,
weak
I don't
as-
care about the other ones.
Yeah, let's go with black men. We live in a matriarchal society. It should be patriarchal, like white men live in. Men run the household, but the way everything is could be a multitude of reasons. Everybody doesn't have that. They grow up with women raising them, no men.
Yep.
So that's why women have more influence.
A lot of us. Because you not like that.
I mean, he wasn't either.
I mean, exactly. But
And you weren't either. Your dad was there.
yeah.
But do you think he didn't hold the standing or whatever?
Well, I feel like my father in certain ways did not give.
But he had his reasons.
Yeah, he had his reasons. At the same time, he was there. So I'll give you that. But that's not the mainstream is the point you're making.
Yeah, but I would say about most people I know grew up with their mom and their dad was in and out, if he was there at all.
Yeah.
I hate to say that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I feel like that's
Yeah.
I feel like that's more true in the
That's
black
why
community.
we have to be more incumbent on the woman in black society to help.
But I feel like that
it's fucked up.
No, I feel like that has been a failure so far, so we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because
that's,
it should be the other way around. We gotta hold
but
each other.
that's why I'm saying like that's
But-
why it has to change with our generation because we've had 2 decades of being let's let women make the rules and women should be the ones could whatever and I feel like most women are just like men to a certain extent. If they see a nigga fine enough, that nigga ain't got to use a rubber, and that just is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
And another question I ask you is, if women have to change their mentality on how they raise their sons, because I always wondered. That's another question I want to ask: how would a woman feel if her daughter lost her virginity versus how would a man, like if her son lost his virginity? Like, do they care about it in the same way but opposite, or?
No. So for women losing their virginity, depending on the one, well,
I'm sorry, the children, the children losing their virginity.
I feel that women think about it differently,
Yeah,
and we would
if
really
they
need a
weren't
woman.
raped, you fucking psychos.
Well, yeah, fucking sick fuck.
I think a lot of it would depend on their age as well too.
Also true. It depends on age. I feel like if your daughter comes to you, regardless of whether you're mom or dad, and tells you at 20 something she lost her virginity, you're gonna be like, all right. I mean, we expecting this is gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Exactly.
But
Whereas
she's
if she's like
15,
14, 15, you're gonna be like,
bitch, you supposed to be in school. Fuck wrong with you?
how could you lose your virginity?
What about
Don't you know
if your
these
son
niggas is
lost his virginity
monsters?
At 12, what would you say?
If my daughter
How old
lost,
was that bitch?
if my son lost his
Let's say she
virginity
was
at 12, I want to be like,
16.
how old is this chick? Cause she going to
My
jail.
nigga. Give it to me.
Nah. In that case, she going to jail.
My nigga.
I'm
She
just
ain't
letting
really
you
going
know.
to jail. She's 16, and his son is 13. So
Nah, if he's 13, then she's still a statutory predator who's getting put off of
Man, I
this.
know why you're doing that.
Well, because we need to hold women accountable the same way
Yeah.
that we hold men accountable.
I saw this thing that Sean, the light white dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was this woman who had sex with. She was 19 and he was like 17, and he was talking about we need to stop to change these laws on sex. Like that is gonna be so. That is a more difficult conversation than abortion.
Well, it's not even that's a more difficult. That's
It
a
is.
more nuanced conversation than abortion, and that's way too weird. Like, no, we don't need to change it. We just need to enforce it equally. Because if we were locking up
Even
these,
if it wasn't enforced, I think you're right. It doesn't need it. You're right. Enforce it.
if we just enforce it equally, if women knew,
No,
okay,
she went to jail.
No, it's good that she
But
went to
should she
jail.
be in jail?
Yeah, she should be in jail. Just like a man, if he
Because
had,
there's no way we can change it that it works, right?
there's no way to do
Because that
it.
opens the door for predators.
Well, it's not just that opening door for predators. That's essentially encouraging predators. Because a lot of these teachers who are sleeping with these young boys, and it's pretty much women, they're basically predators. Like, they, for whatever reason, couldn't actually bond with men their own age. Because, remember, these women have been through college, so they had a whole opportunity to have whole phase like everybody else. But then they somehow got attracted to 15-year-old boy. I don't care if that nigga look like goddamn Sean Connery at 14 years old. You shouldn't find anything about him attractive.
He was nice and he was
Exactly. But you shouldn't find anything about a child, especially like I kind of give a certain amount of understanding to people outside of the academic setting, like a girl who runs into a woman who runs into like this boy and she keeps assuming he's like 18 or whatever, and then she finally talks to him and find out this nigga like 16. I kind of give her something, but you're working with children, so you know these people are underage, and yet you still fucking them? Like, that's just, it's wrong on so many levels because it's grooming, it's predatory, and on top of that, it's pretty much rape. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing we could do. I mean,
there's no way to sugarcoat that, and that's the problem with society, and that mostly does go back to the white patriarchy, is that they want to minimize these white women.
Sean King.
Exactly. Sean King. They want to minimize these white women from having actual consequences for sleeping with children. And that is the more subversive thing, because they don't ever show the same kind of leniency in the 3 instances that it's like a black female teacher. Like, they throw that chick up under the jail.
Do you think we should charge children as adults?
With certain crimes, yeah. I think if you kill someone, yeah, we should. If you're selling drugs, it depends.
16, 17?
It depends on the crime. Again, if it's murder, yeah. Let me rephrase that. If it's violence, yes, R-rated. But if it's something else, like, I really don't think we should charge kids as felons in the sense that it was consensual sex, because like 16, 17, I say anywhere between 16 and 19, you're still stupid.
I think because they say your brain isn't fully developed till you're like 25. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I say like between 16 and 19.
I'm putting
between
it like
16
this.
and
If
19.
you want to charge, I don't really honestly think that you can say that. Oh, if it's something, if you're at the age, let's just say, like you said, what, 16, 15, if you're at that age and you actually can commit murder, you can actually pull the trigger on the gun and stuff like that.
It ain't that hard to pull
You know,
the trigger.
it's not that hard to
It
pull the
ain't that
trigger.
hard to pull the trigger.
You're
Look at
right.
all them white kids
But at
who
the same
who
time,
kill
it's not
themselves.
it's not that hard to not, you know what I'm saying, sell drugs and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And then get
That's
Nah,
not
that's a
true.
very different. That's a very different conversation.
If it was normal to you in your household, how is that? It doesn't mean anything to you.
that's and that's
Think
the,
about
that's what I'm
people
saying.
you know. It was
mean,
all around and they had.
That gets back to a really good conversation, and great point, Armstead. Like, I get what you're trying to do. What you're trying to say is that if for whatever reason this is something that you can understand that you shouldn't murder someone, then you should also be able to understand not to sell drugs. But the nuance here, I think that R. Reed is trying to tell you is that if this is something that's normal to you, selling drugs, like, because you look at Richard Pryor's family, like everybody in that family was a hoe. So it was normal to Richard Pryor to where he didn't speak up on the fact that he'd been sexually abused because he'd seen people fucking his whole life. That was like his worldview.
So the whole time when Richard Pryor was going through there, do you mean to tell me right now, at no point in time did anywhere did he see something that says that this is wrong?
How would it be wrong if I?
Well, he may have seen.
Bro,
So you're right.
If somebody in your family is selling drugs and they are doing stuff on the low to not get caught and to
don't
avoid,
know that.
and
No,
to,
it's normal.
who does
It's
who
normal.
goes around and sells and does stuff like this and not worry?
Drug dealers.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Drug dealers.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Everybody else out here is a drug dealer and stuff right now. Is not out there walking around with just like, oh, I'm.
No, I get you.
Anybody
I get you. I
They
get
got
you.
stuff concealed.
I get
They got
you.
it hid.
What I'm
And if
saying
stuff has
is
got to
that's
be hidden,
their
then some
life.
shit wrong.
Even if something hid doesn't mean you're not doing anything wrong. You don't feel it. You gotta understand. Like,
It's
name
levels.
something you do. You're a grown ass man and you eat cereal. To me, I think that's stupid.
No, you don't, because you eat cereal too.
I don't eat no goddamn cereal.
I saw you eat
oatmeal.
cereal.
Bro, I don't eat no cereal.
You eat oatmeal.
Bruh, I don't
Oatmeal's
eat,
not cereal,
You eat like Fruity Pebbles and shit.
No, I
right?
don't. Honey Bunches of Oats.
And what else?
That's it. That's it.
This motherfucking lie.
I'm not lying. I promise. All I eat is Honey Bunches of Oats now. Grown cereal.
Now.
What was you eating last week?
Honey Bunches of
That
Oats.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch come across
No,
you ain't gonna eat
it
it.
got soy in it. I don't eat it no more.
Oh, if that's cinnamon toast crunch.
And trisodium phosphate.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
go
eat
get
it
some
anymore.
cinnamon toast right now, and I'm gonna put it on your doorstep.
I'm gonna eat that shit. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not eating it.
He gonna eat it.
I'm not gonna eat it.
All right, and that's weird.
But
Because
no.
you taught yourself, you gonna raise your kids not to eat that shit, right? And they gonna be like, we gonna eat that shit our whole life, right? Hold on, I just had Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What's wrong with Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Well, son, they got soy toast. Nigga, fuck you. I'm about to eat
Right,
this
but
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
that's a choice. That's a choice that my son chooses
What
to
I'm
make.
telling you is
Because I
that's
told
normal.
him
That
why
was
I don't
normal to
eat
him.
it. That's what I told him
What I'm
what
saying is
to
they
eat.
forced the lifestyle upon them. and
I'm
it
not
is
gonna
what it
force
is.
anything on anybody.
That's not
Armstead,
true.
but the
I'm not
problem
gonna force
is,
anything
the
on
problem
anybody.
is Armstead this is the nature.
That doesn't mean
versus-
I'm forcing you to eat it, though.
Armstead. This is the nature versus nurture argument. What you're saying is, you can teach someone not to do bad things, and there's plenty of things that tell people not to do bad things. What he's saying is that people are nurtured into it. If you grow up every day seeing people doing these bad things, even if you're right, they're doing it on the low, eventually gets to the point in your mind where you're like, okay, can't really be that bad because there's a difference. My father does this, and this is how he provides for us. Or my mother's a hoe, but that's how she provides for us. This is how
Okay.
she brings
I'm about to
money
give
the
you a
household.
perfect
I'm
example.
about to give you one. Watch this. Okay. How would you teach your son to sell drugs?
He don't know.
How would you
don't
teach
know.
your son to sell drugs?
Armstead, I'm about to kill it right here. This is how I'm gonna kill it, bitch. You should not be calling no woman no bitch.
Correct.
Okay.
But we say it all the goddamn time.
We do.
Because it is normal within our culture.
Okay. I'm with
in
you
your
on that.
household culture.
But
Nigga.
notice how you just told me that you should not do it.
I still fucking do it.
But you
Right.
still do it.
Right.
Still fucking
But
do it.
listen, and you know, in my household, motherfuckers did drugs. Did I ever do it? No, and it was around me all the time, but I never did it because I was told it was wrong, so I decided not to
Who
do
told
it.
you it was
Not
wrong?
saying, man, stuff on TV, a lot of stuff that I've
They
seen.
lied to you.
They also lied to you.
Yeah, they also lied to you.
Yeah, they also do lie to me. Yeah, you're
They
right.
also lied to you.
So the point I'm getting is, so let me ask you this: how would you teach your son how to sell drugs?
Depends on what drug you selling.
Cocaine.
Also true.
Cocaine.
Go hang around white people. They buy it all the time.
Okay. All right. Okay. But
You go to
but
high
how
school.
but how would you teach him to sell it?
You be the most proper person. You hang around white people. Be like, oh, you do cocaine? Here you go. I got it, man. What you need? A bump? Here,
Okay.
bump there?
So where is he gonna have it?
Where is he gonna get cocaine?
Yeah, where's he
I
gonna
call
get
a couple people to get cocaine.
it? No, where is he
Guy called
gonna?
Coca-Cola
Now
get
when he
that
gets it,
cocaine.
where is he gonna put it?
It depends on how old is he.
Okay.
If I'm teaching him to sell drugs, hopefully he's either adult. I want to be teaching.
At
those
some
kids
point
to
in
sell drugs.
time, you're gonna tell him, "Hey, don't get caught with this," right?
No.
Correct.
You're not gonna
I
tell him
already
that.
know
Okay, why should he
I
already know that? Why should he already know that?
Because you already told him.
Huh?
Because you already told him.
if I was
Okay,
selling drugs.
you told him. You already told him because why? Because it's wrong, right?
No,
or it's because
I don't
it's-
want him to go to jail.
Right.
I
And
didn't
if
say it was
he
wrong.
gets
I
caught
think you should be able
selling,
to sell whatever drug you want to sell.
right? Okay, I understand that. But if he gets caught selling that, he's going to go to jail, right?
Maybe.
Correct.
Depends on how much he has, right?
No.
So how
Correct.
much money you got?
Also true.
and also
Both
yes,
these
that
things are
too.
true.
But what the point that I'm trying to get is, at some point in time, you're gonna have to tell him, hey, if you choose to do this, it's on you. But just know, if
don't-
you get caught,
you don't
this is
accept-
what's gonna happen.
You don't accept gray.
There's a precaution and there's a
He doesn't.
repercussion for
And
everything.
That's the point that I'm trying.
Yeah.
That I've been going with this
You don't
conversation.
accept gray.
Is that you don't accept there being morally gray areas.
Yeah.
Because this is
That's
a
what a
morally
gray
gray
area
area.
is.
No. What you're doing is you're making a moral relativism.
Right.
We're just saying that within the constructs of our society, this is wrong, and if you choose to do it, I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're doing something wrong. What we're saying moral relativism is if you gotta sell drugs to feed your family, nigga, you gotta sell drugs to feed your family.
Hey.
And fuck anybody who says that you're wrong for doing
And
it.
if you're dumb enough, if you're smart enough to sell drugs and you're not getting caught, fucking sell drugs.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I feel you on that.
These motherfuckers can make $800 in one day. You work 2 weeks and you don't get that shit.
I totally
Fuck the system.
I totally understand and I totally agree. Fuck the system. But at the point that I was trying to get across is the fact that you still had to explain to whoever you're telling to that, hey, there is a repercussion for what you doing if you get caught. Just to let you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Hey, yeah, you can go out there and do this. You don't have nothing to worry about." There's
depends
a
on
precaution.
where you live.
There's even if no, it doesn't matter where you live.
There's a repercussion. All right, Armstead,
There's a repercussion for
Armstead
everything.
Duly
I don't think
noted.
you get it.
But
If you swiping cards and stuff, hey, if that was feed your family, hey, handle it. But
mean,
just know,
scammers
if you
keep
get
scamming.
caught, there's a repercussion. There's a risk with everything.
Armstead, we've got that point.
Right?
Ari,
Am I wrong? Is there not a risk?
Armstead, we got it. The point. Ari, finish
Y'all
your
don't-
thing.
y'all don't like my point,
Finish
though.
your thing.
Everything
We don't
is-
have to like it. It's your
Yeah.
point. That's why I
don't
let you
get
have it.
Yeah, you don't
How
get
do I not get it?
because you don't. Everything's not black and white. Like even if there are people who got caught with thousands of pounds of marijuana, weed, cocaine, and they're walking around in the streets just like it's normal. Your situation matters. Everything matters.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Or you
agree.
run into a dirty cop, which they do exist. A lot of
Yeah.
things don't happen. Everyone doesn't. Just because you do one thing doesn't mean the outcome is always going to be like this. And this more than often likely, if you get caught with drugs, you don't always go to jail. They might
I know a
just
girl
take it.
tried
True,
to
true.
who tried to
You'll take
drown
it.
a pound of marijuana 2 weeks before graduation. Still walk across that stage.
You can kill people in this country and get away with it.
Yeah, true.
George Zimmerman,
I totally
piece of
agree.
shit.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So
R.I.P.
everything
Trayvon.
isn't as black and white. And if I grow up in that and I can see those eventualities being as abstract as they are, I don't care about getting caught. No, everybody, if my dad got caught and he did 100 years, and I'm sitting right here, but my dad didn't work. He was around and he sold thousands and thousands of dollars worth of drugs, and I still don't have to work to this day. Fuck working. I'm going to sell drugs. I don't know any better.
Yeah. I mean, no, you know better, but you don't know of a better way to
Thank
come
you.
across.
That's all I was
I
trying
know
to say.
different. I don't know better.
He knows better, but he's
That's
gonna
not
do
better.
it.
It's different.
Well, no,
He just said it though.
no.
Yeah, that
I'm
means
saying
right.
it, but also remember the thing that you're not taking into account, Armstead, is that you and
Maybe
me,
I'm saying it wrong. Maybe I don't mean to say that you know better. What I'm saying is that's the fact that you're gonna be more cautious versus you going out there selling drugs versus you just going to go work a 9 to 5.
That's also true. But
That's
again,
what I mean to say, I
But
guess.
Armstead, the thing that he's trying to say is that for some people, they're not going to see a better way.
Yeah, it's
They're
normal.
not going to see. They're not going
It's
to
normal
see,
for them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the overarching point.
And you're saying objectively that they should know better because it was presented
No.
to them in one way.
Not that they know better.
He's
There is a better way.
He's explaining his point more fully.
Yeah, it's not that there's a better way because if that's what brings the most money and faster money, hey, do what you got to do.
That's what the kids say all the time.
Only thing I would say, like y'all know my story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my.
We know your story.
Y'all know
We
the
your
situation.
story.
I got family that's.
But
I'm not saying nobody is bad. I'm not saying nobody is better.
Pride in saying that they were wrong or right.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong at all. Feed your family. Protect your family. Do what you got to do. Hey, as long as it ain't affecting me, I don't care. But all I'm saying is they have to look over their shoulder. They have to be extra.
Everybody has to look over their shoulder. It's just a different situation.
Yeah. To a certain extent, if you're black in America, you got to look over your shoulder.
Even white people, when they go to their corporate 9-to-5 jobs,
They look over their shoulder.
these companies do not give a fuck about you.
Not at
As
all.
a small business man, you could be like, ha, can't get fired today, but I could get locked up. As a black man, you could get fired and locked up.
In the same day, by the same place. They might have sent you an
on your
email.
day off.
On your day off. On your day off that you put in
We saw you
PTO
sending
for.
those computers out the back, Craig. I didn't even do that shit.
Exactly. But no, this was great.
Oh, Craig did it, right?
You know what? There's supposed to be another.
They never really told us if he did it.
Yeah.
We don't know if he did it. He had the means.
No,
he
doing
had
he's
the
still in
motive.
boxes or something.
Yeah. But he didn't do the computers though. That's what we're talking
It
about.
was some. I can't remember. They caught me stealing something out of there. I think he did it, right?
I mean, I
But
feel.
based on his character, I don't feel like.
I don't feel like he did it. I feel like he got blamed for it, even though he wanted to do it. The house party problem.
he set it up.
Ye-
I was pissing the internet off again this week.
Were you pissing the internet off, or were you just being a troll like normal? I think it's the latter.
No, I really mean this one.
Okay.
I already know how you gonna feel. I already know how you gonna feel.
Okay.
There was this person that died, right? That was a trans person, right? And then everybody was
Which
in the
one?
comments.
There was like 3 of them that died.
She was a criminal, or he was a criminal, however you want to do it.
She was a criminal. All right, cool.
Yeah, she was. He was. He was
a criminal. Go ahead.
So they was like R.I.P. R.I.P. And then everybody was on there like, that's a dude. And other people was arguing, that's a woman. Where do you stand? Armstead.
Wait, was it?
We
what
all
was
know
it,
where
though?
Armstead stands, somewhere in between the middle.
What was it though?
It was a dude going to a woman.
Oh, that's a dude.
So wait.
That's
So
a
she
dude.
was still in transition?
I mean, it had a wig on and everything. I'll send you the
no, it was a
story.
dude. It
You
was a
consider
dude.
that a dude.
So it
All right.
depends. Are they like were their breasts?
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, she's in transition. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's a dude.
In
That was
transition
pissing him off.
versus completing transition. It's
No.
a dude.
Well, the
I
thing,
don't think you could transform yourself into a woman.
No.
But the question is that being disrespectful by calling him a dude or a woman?
a dude,
Because I
man.
honestly believe it's a mental disease. But mental illness, I'm sorry.
It's a dude, man.
And it sounds fucked up. But if I was in front of you, I'm going to call you whatever the fuck you want
Sir.
me to call you.
I mean, I feel
No,
like
I'm
this.
not going to do that. I'm going to call you whatever the fuck you want to call you. But deep down in my heart, on the surface of my heart, it's not that
I
deep.
feel like the problem is that no one gives a shit if inside you're just like this motherfucker right here. No one gives a shit about that. What people want is just to be
Acknowledge.
referenced and acknowledged with whatever
So you would call her.
sex term that they want to
No,
use.
the problem is they were calling people transphobic for calling them something different. And I'm just like, see, this is when y'all throw these words around, and
I mean,
That's not the same thing.
I acknowledged a podcast ago that I feel like we need a better word than transphobic. But we need a word to say that you're a disrespectful piece of shit. Because, look, if somebody wants to be called, it doesn't cost you anything as, gosh.
your moral compass.
No, what is that guy's name? What is that guy's name?
President Frank from House of Cards.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah. President Frank from House of Cards. It isn't. He said that in probably what I think is one of the coldest lines ever when he went to that guy's house in South Carolina. The guy wouldn't invite him in to have tea, and then he became senator and re-upped it, and then demolished that nigga.
Francis Underwood.
Yeah, Francis Underwood. He said it the coldest when he said it didn't cost you anything to be kind. Like, it doesn't cost you nothing at all. It doesn't cost you whatever. So if somebody wants to be called, again, if a child comes up to me and says I'm Batman, that's right. Go ahead, Bruce Wayne.
I'm not gonna fucking. If I told you I was formerly the artist known as Reed, and now I want you to call me Duckman because I'm part duck, and
I would call you
feathers.
Duckman. I would call you Duckman and think you crazy as shit. But
Oh,
again,
okay, so
Oh, so you're judging me?
No. I
No, you
internally
are crazy
think
as
this.
shit.
No, I internally think you're crazy as shit. But who the fuck am I? I'm just some guy. Like, we're gonna have one interaction. You're gonna say, call me Duckman. I'm gonna call you Duckman, and I'm gonna move on with the rest of my fucking life.
Half duck, half man.
Exactly. I'm gonna move on with the rest of my life. I'm gonna say, cool, whatever. Again, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind. And in fact, it's one of the simplest things you can do. You can think someone trans has mental illness. You can think people who are trans are
I feel like
whatever.
If I start encouraging that, then I'm not really dealing with somebody who has a real mental illness.
No, it's not encouraging. It's somebody says, I am now whatever, then let them be whoever they say they are now. It doesn't cost you anything to just be
If I
kind.
told you I was Donald Trump, you would look at me like I was fucking crazy.
No, if you told me you're Donald Trump, I'd be like, all right, Donald. Because I don't give a shit. Like, the biggest thing is, for me, for my life, when it comes to people who are like, oh, how can you just call trans? I don't care. It's
No,
not
but do you
about
think
me.
Well, if they ask me directly, do you think trans women are women? I'm going to say, fuck, that's not a fucking woman. Because
Again.
her rights, her body can't be taken away.
Right.
Again, I'm not making an argument against that. If someone wants to be called a pronoun, that's fine. If they ask you for your opinion, give it to them on a dish.
All right.
And
Sir,
then
You
that's
really feel that
homophobic.
way? For real?
What do I feel?
If they tell you to call them such and such, you
Yeah.
And then when Republicans deny climate change, I don't want to hear none of this shit because the science don't support your argument. I don't care if the science supports your argument.
No, the
Then
Republicans.
the earth is flat.
No.
Yeah, no. No, there's science backing up what you said.
Did you forget the part that I said? I said if someone asks me to call something, that's fine. They ask you for your opinion,
Earth
give it
is
to them.
flat. Global
Exactly.
warming
When
is a
someone
farce.
says my opinion is Earth is flat, you is a dumb motherfucker, and fuck everything that you feel. If somebody comes up to you and
Flat
says,
Earth.
and someone says, R. Reed, call me ma'am, and you're like, all right, ma'am, and they're like, also, I think that would you date me? And you're like, hell the fuck, I would
No,
not.
you used to have a dick, or currently have a dick, and you were born with the wrong kind of chromosomes.
Exactly. That is the silver
You're
platter.
transphobic.
No. You
What?
called
I don't
them.
want you dead. I don't want you hurt.
If
I
you
don't
called
want you
them, if you
anything.
called them the pronoun that they asked to be called, that's it.
Even if
That's
I
just
didn't
being
call them
kind.
pronoun.
That's just being kind. The kind thing is to do is just call people the pronoun they want to be referred to as. He, she, her, it, they, whatever.
Daddy.
Transformers,
Whatever they want to be called, let them have it.
niggas in disguise. But honestly speaking, after the joke, which was funny,
Which is trash.
I will
That's
call
wrong.
you whatever you want me to call you. However, I'm gonna let you know if you want me to call you Jennifer and you were Jake, I'm gonna call you. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? I will not date you. Will not fuck with you. Won't even talk to you. All right? And like, why would I talk to you? Because I honestly think that if I ever had a long conversation with you, me having the opinions I have, your mental illness, in my opinion, would come up. So that's why I want to fuck with you. Because I think that I would be disrespecting you by bringing it up. Because I know I would. Because I'm a dick. I will.
If he took Viagra, he'd get taller.
That is quite possibly the gayest thing you've ever said, Armstead.
What?
Ask you
He
a
said
question.
he's a dick.
Armstead,
Viagra,
the
he
fact
get
that
taller.
Do
you
you
went
think you
ahead.
can hang around? I can hang around a transgender man before I can hang around a transgender woman.
I ain't gonna hang around either or, but
I wouldn't.
I don't really
Meet them.
go around
And
talking
it's
to
such
people.
a little type of person. Like you're insignificant. Like, would you want transgenders in cartoons?
I mean, I don't care.
Didn't they have that in art? No, they didn't have it in
Nah,
art.
No,
They had
that's
something
gay.
like
That's
in
gay
Harvard.
wedding.
But it makes so much goddamn sense, though.
Yeah, when you look at the character, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Mr. Ratburn.
Yeah, Mr. Ratburn been gay
Mr.
probably the
Ratburn
last
been gay
decade.
the whole goddamn time.
He might have been gay the whole
Think about
show.
it, Mr. Ratburn, the teacher.
The teacher, the one who always had the little comebacks.
Okay, Arthur.
Exactly. He's like, okay, Arthur.
That nigga been a whole nigga the whole time.
A whole nigga though.
Again, it makes sense. That's why like Alabama
Damn.
is like just.
But I wouldn't.
Just
we-
air the episode.
God damn it. No, they don't air it. Not in Alabama, but they don't.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like Alabama, just air the episode because
Yeah,
you made it.
I
You
wouldn't
made
let
it
my
a bigger
kids watch
point.
No goddamn Arthur anyway, because that show sucked.
Again, the show's been Arthur for a long time.
Hey,
The
hey,
fact-
what a wonderful kind of day.
I mean, the problem is Arthur's one of the few shows that keeps getting renewed
God,
because
it's
they canceled
PBS.
pretty much everything else.
I used to like Wishbone. I ain't really like Arthur.
Which one was dope? Again, these all our childhood. I mean, we grew up in one time. Our current kids are growing up at a different time. Our
I don't
future
even
kids
know
growing
what
up
the
at a
fuck they
very
watch.
different
What-
time.
What's this Baby Shark song I keep hearing?
Baby Shark show is basically like the earworm of today's generation,
I ain't
but
like
for
that.
kids.
Yeah, 'cause there was another show with a girl with a clock and she would dance. I didn't watch that shit. Big
Yeah.
comfy couch.
Yeah, big comfy couch. Nah,
I didn't watch it.
nah. But in any case,
Hold on. I want to say this. If I offended you, I want to apologize because I don't really care.
I mean, you're not making an apology.
No, I said it wrong. Let's start this over. If I offended you, I'm not really trying to offend you. I'm just trying to give you an opinion. And to think is actually probably to offend someone eventually.
I mean, I feel like that's true. At some point, someone who thinks is going to offend someone.
Yeah.
I feel like just call people their pronouns, but
And that's how you
at
feel.
the same time,
And I 100% agree with you with that. But we already know on the surface of my skin, I think that you're still a man or still a woman. Because I'm not denying your DNA just as much as I don't deny climate change or flat earth.
flat Earth is shit. But hey,
And
all
climate
good.
change is okay.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to our podcast.
Hold on. We did abortion. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, niggas. You ain't get no choice.
I mean, we'll see how the courts turn out next time on the episode in
EBM.
2020 of EBM.
Dun, 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 dun.